Hello everyone, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I've been meaning to do a bookshelf reorganization tour and I think it's time. I think this setup has been the same-ish. I think the only thing that's switched is probably like with my Shadow Hunters and the Sarah J Maas shelf that I have that's flipped over since I got this bookshelf. So it's been long overdue. So I'm gonna kind of talk you guys through the process. I have my water, I have a peanut butter sandwich, and I have a month's worth of videos to catch up on. Today's gonna, like I said, a bookshelf reorganization tour. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing just quite yet. All I know is that I kind of want to redo the situation so books that I love and adore are a bit more highlighted when I'm talking. I'm just gonna flip the camera over so that way you guys can see what I'm gonna try to do here. So, 1 second. So as of right now, I just kind of have like some of my all-time favorites at the top, and then we go down. And then, like I said again, there are like some favorites here that I should have put upstairs a little higher, so I'm gonna move those around. I did do a bit of an unhaul, so I have room to like not like a lot of room, but like some room to like play with now. I'm gonna try to avoid the mess that is my room at the current moment. Then I have like this kind of like wire rack that I use as a pseudo bookshelf that I think accents the situation kind of nicely. So I need to reorganize that and try to again make it a smidge bit more aesthetically pleasing to the eyes. I have a bin here, like I said, that has a bunch of books that like don't fit on the shelves. So after I think once I get rid of, or not get rid of, but like move this guy, these guys, I can move stuff over. And then this book I'm unhauling, so. But yeah, so I'm gonna set you guys up on my tripod. Oh no, get some better lighting in here. And we'll go from there. Like I said, I have my peanut butter sandwiches. I have some Reese's Puffs, not Reese's Puffs, Reese's Cups. I have water and then a month's worth of videos to catch up on. So this should be a fun time. All the books are currently gone. They're all on the floor, and I'll throw up a picture somewhere on the screen for you guys to see what I'm dealing with. I also wish this is gonna be like a partial, another mini unhaul, because there were some books in here as I was taking stuff down that I was like, I have like my Hunger Games covers. I can finally like unhaul those and like send them to a good home. I'm planning on also unhauling again the 2 books that I have from the Caraval series, just because I have no interest in like finishing the books anytime soon. The second book was kind of meh, and I think I'll just borrow the 3rd book and like see what happens. The only reason I want to keep reading is because I really like Julian and Dante as love interests, so there's that. But now I'm wheezing. Okay, but now I'm gonna go ahead and dust the shelves and try to figure out which books I want where displayed, how, and how I'm gonna decorate that. So okay. So somehow, from like these last two shelves, my camera didn't focus on my face. So we lost that footage, but it's fine. I'm fine. I didn't just struggle. It's fine. Okay. So I'm going to just take you through what I have done so far, which is just this shelf. I reorganized it a bit more, and I'm enjoying what I did. Okay, so at the top of my shelf, like these first two shelves are kind of like my favorite like books, whether it be a series or like a standalone. So I have like all of Kate Tiernan's books. I have, what do you call it? The Secret History here, and it's not like my top favorite, but it just kind of fits where it sits, so I kept it. Then we have Balefire again, which is by Kate Tiernan. Then we have Perks of Being a Wallflower. Then we have The Starless Sea and The Night Circus here, and I also have like, I like to hide books behind books if you guys don't know that, so I have like some duplicates of The Night Circus. I have Oscar Wilde here and here. Moving along, we have like my Daisy Jones, the Seven Husbands, Daisy the Six, then my favorite world poetry collection, which is The World's Wife, more Oscar Wilde, Neil Gaiman, and then my other two copies of Daisy Jones and the Six. Then over here we have Elizabeth Acevedo, which as you guys know is one of my favorite authors, The Poet X, With Fire on High, Clap on Your Land, Speak. Then moving on to Circe and The Song of Achilles, again one of my favorite books of all time is right here. Then behind her we have the uncensored version of Dorian Gray, Taylor Jenkins Reid, which is maybe in Another Life. I have like two more of her backlisted works I still need to read, and then now she's coming out with Malibu Burning, so I think the year I might like, once I like whittle down a bit more of my TBR, I'm gonna go ahead and purchase the rest of those. And then I have the original cover that I have of that. Then we have my Anna Marie McLemore. I still need two books from them. Low-key kind of frustrating, but it's fine. I keep forgetting. Then we have Oscar Wilde. We have Everlasting Nora, Homo Sapiens Simon, Ivy Aberdeen. Then we have my section for Adam Silvera, which is History's All You Left Me, which isn't my favorite of his. I really prefer They Both Die at the End over that, but it's hardcover and it fits, so we're keeping it. Then I also have What If It's Us, which again is not my favorite, but we have More Happy Than Not. Then we have the ever controversial Red, White, and Royal Blue, my Crazy Rich Asians, and then my trash like go-to. Ooh, that's out of order actually. Just my trash go-to. This is also out of order. Wow, Therese. Okay, there. Which is my trash go-to like feel-good books, which is the Selection trilogy. There is a quartet, but I didn't like that book, so I don't have it, and I don't plan on owning it. Then we have all of my Cassandra Clare books, which like definitely Homegirl is gonna need another shelf, but we will cross that bridge probably when I move out in the next couple months. Then we have Alice Hoffman, the entire Raven Cycle quartet. Again, it's not my favorite, but I love it just because of like Ronan and Adam and Noah. So then here we have my Sarah J. Maas and Lee Bardugo shelf, which again, Sarah J. Maas is definitely going to need her own shelf because like I don't have Kingdom of Ash just quite yet. So that's going to take up room here, and then this is probably going to move over there, and it's fine. And then when we get A Quarter Wings and Ruin, Quarter Wings, the Akotar fourth book, she can be here. But yeah, I have that. Still need to read these two books, which is Crescent City and then Wonder Woman Warbringer. I don't know how to feel about this one, which is why I've been procrastinating. And I plan on reading this one probably next month. Hopefully if I can get through this TBR, this current TBR before the end of the month, then I'll pick this one up as a nice little treat to myself. Behind this we have To Kill a Kingdom. I need to give this a reread because like I didn't super enjoy it the first go around, but I feel like now that I'm not like super new to booktube and like reading for hype, I'll be able to enjoy it a bit more. Cameron Post, then the entire PS, why is this out of order again? The entire To All the Boys I Loved Before trilogy. Oh! Now this last shelf here, I can sense TB is going to have a nice field day because I decided to make like a paranormal shelf, which is like kind of funny because like it's at the bottom, so it's like the foundation of my reading taste, and then some kind of miscellaneous in this little two corners. So we have The Night World, and then Horns, which is more of a paranormal horror than it is like a romance. Then we have Kissed by an Angel, the entire Mara Dyer trilogy. We don't talk about her. Then we have the entire Fallen Quartet. I don't own Unforgiven or the novella, and like low-key I don't plan to. And then behind that we have You Asked for Perfect, which I read back in December. Then Rainbow Rowell, and then Dumplin'. I wanted to put Rainbow Rowell up somehow just because I like the covers, and like I know that Eleanor and Park is very problematic, right? She was the one who wrote that, but I really did enjoy Fangirl. I think that spoke to me a little bit. And I also just really like the cover for Rainbow Rowell, so like I might buy the second and third book just to like complete it. But also I'm in no rush to do that, so. Then we have the Diviners books that I own. I still need to get the third and fourth book, but I'm waiting for them to come out on paperback so it matches just a little bit better. Because as you guys have noticed, I have a conglomerate of like paperback and then like hardcover, then paperback, and then hardcover. And like at this point I've given up having matching covers just because like I didn't care when I first started book 2, but now I kind of do care. So like, yeah, but I think it's just easier and safer for my sanity if I just don't care. And then after that I have the Cloaked in Shadow trilogy, which I'm sure once I get a couple more like paranormal books, this will fill out and I'll have to move these guys, but like not really complaining. So yeah, now we have this little wire rack and then this tub because like Harry Potter is going back in the tub. Back in the tub. This entire situation has me realizing that I have a lot of books with black or dark covers because I just keep confusing books for other books and I don't know how this happened. I finished the shelf. I'm gonna quickly walk you guys through the books and like what else is in here. And then I'm gonna go through what I am unhauling officially again, which isn't like a lot of books, but it's like a nice amount considering I cleaned out my shelves. So to start off with, kind of reorganized that like little bin of books in the corner over there. Harry Potter is now officially in the timeout corner for however long. If I wasn't so like emotionally attached to the books and like the characters, I probably would unhaul it, but we're not gonna talk about that. So moving on to this like wire rack shelf here. One second. So right here on this top shelf is kind of like the like these books have like several layers because it's like it's a pretty like thick kind of situation. So this is like kind of like the fantasy situation that we have here. So I have like back here, I believe is Children of Blood and Bone, the Three Dark Crowns books I need to read, The Cold in Her Bones. What is that? I can't read that. Nope. Oh, this is Audrey Coulthurst's books. We have Girls, Paper, and Fire, and then I think Darker Shade of Magic and The Gospel of Loki. Then we have like, as you guys can clearly see, I was almost gonna put these books and these two books in the back, but then remember the Andrew and Lisa are gonna see this video and they're gonna be like, why'd you put it in the back? Because this is one of Lisa's favorite series, and then this and this is both Lisa and Andrew. Well, Andrew loves this series, I still need to finish it, and then Lisa and Andrew both love this series, so I feel like kind of would be rude. Then back here is another mix of like fantasy and like dystopian and post-apocalyptic. So we have After the Flood, Red Queen. I just recently acquired Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin from a friend of mine for my birthday. We have The Magicians, Percy Jackson. I still need the last book. That's out of order again. Then we have like Suzanne Collins and then the Narnia books back there. And Scott Westerfeld. Right here is like a pretty short shelf because I designed it that way, so I put my tiny books in here. So I have like all the small books that I can fit in here. I have anthologies, I have a play, and then all the poetries that don't fit in. I think I have, yeah. And then over here is like my historical fiction / my mythology retellings, and then like mythology books. I'm sure that once I like fill out these shelves a bit more and have more, because I have a few more mythology books inside that bin. So I'm sure that once I pull those out and fill that in, that's gonna go in there. And then right here is like my romance / miscellaneous. What are you doing in here? You're not romance. Shoo shoo. Because We Are Villains is like back there. So it's not necessarily a romance, but yeah. Oh, this is like contemporary / romance, so there's kind of a mixed bag in here. And then this bottom shelf, you can't really see it because like I said, multiple layers, but this is like my classic / my mystery thriller horror books. So we have a bunch of my classics back here, which I think you can kind of see. And then we have like some of the like mystery thriller horror books that I do read. And it's nice because there's a lot of these books, so there'll be a nice like balance and weight for the bottom of the shelf. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add decorations and like make this look a little bit more my style, and then I will show you guys the final product then. Completely spaced on the books I'm going to be unhauling. So the first set, as you guys know, is my original set of the Hunger Games trilogy. It just doesn't, the covers literally just don't match each other, not even in terms of like hardback to paperback, because you know I don't have a problem with that anymore as much, but like it's like the movie tie-in cover, and then we have this, and I have 10th edition that I like a little bit better, so I'm just gonna donate those. The next two are from the same books, same series, and that's the Legendary and Caraval series. I enjoyed the first book. I thought it was fun. The second book got on my nerves, and I just have no interest in like finishing the third book. I'm sure that down the line I will pick up the third book as like an audiobook or like borrow from my library, but as of right now I have no interest, so it's gonna find a different home. And the last one is one that I've been kind of struggling with, and that's because I really enjoyed the book, but I also understand that the author's problematic aspects, not only within writing the book, but her future books and her actions as well, just doesn't sit right with me. And it's not like Harry Potter where I like grew up with them. So, and that is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. Like I said, I really enjoyed this book when I first read it. I thought it was funny. It touched on some weird things going on in the book. I enjoyed it. It definitely did have like its trigger warning, so I'll leave my review for any of these books down below for you guys. But like the more I thought about it, that I had issues with what the author had done with her new release, what the author was doing to other book covers. I like the book, but it has lots of problematic aspects, and I think I can probably, my shelves would be happier without the book in there. So yeah, that is the mini unhaul there. Still decorating, so be back soon. But that is it for this video. If you guys had fun seeing me stress out and like literally dig through piles of books I did not think through my situation in the slightest, please let me know down below if you guys want to see another bookshelf reorganizing. The next one of that you probably won't see until I've moved out and like purchased another shelf. If you guys liked what you saw, hit like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in my next video. And for an update, I am finally now like in the middle of June, so I'm like 3 weeks behind on my YouTube videos. I love you guys, I swear. So yeah, now I'm just gonna go ahead and pull out the books that I'm currently reading, which is just Fallen, and then read some of that and help out in the kitchen. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. I think that's gonna be a tag video or a journaling video. I haven't decided yet. It's only Saturday and I don't plan anything until Sunday night. I will see you guys then, and I hope you guys are having a great week. Bye. Bye.